Hi, I'm Becky O'Connor, co-founder and director of Good With Money, the responsible money website. I just wanted to do a quick introduction to a new kitemark that we launched a couple of weeks back. It's called the Good Egg kitemark. It looks like this. And the idea is that you will see one of these on providers that we have rated as responsible. And by responsible, we mean financial services providers that do their bit for the planet, society, and also for their customers and the industry. And the idea behind it is, well, it's quite simple really. At the moment, when we buy financial services, we tend to do a Google search, and then we tend to use a price comparison site like Money Supermarket or Go Compare, something like that. We might do a bit of research on Money Saving Expert or one of the other money websites, because there's so many. And then we tend to buy our insurance or our loans or our savings accounts or investments based on the price or the cost to us, or the potential return that we're going to get from that investment. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Obviously, we all need to prioritise looking after our own money. But what's happening in this other little corner of financial services that you don't hear that much about is a movement towards a bigger understanding of the role of that company in society. And if it's a big investor, could it be investing its customers' money in things that over the long term will help promote a healthier planet and happier people? And that can be, it can mean anything, but it can mean avoiding investments in fossil fuels, or it can mean actively engaging with fossil fuel companies if the investor does invest in them. It can mean avoiding companies that have been linked with child labour or modern slavery. It can mean avoiding tobacco, or it can mean actively doing good. So companies that do an awful lot in their local communities, that invest in rehabilitation projects, social housing projects, renewable energy, that's a really big area. So we felt that at the moment there's no way of really knowing where your money is going beyond the name of the company and the type of account or the type of product that you've bought. And you might be able to find out a bit about customer service, which is obviously really important, using one of the customer service rating sites or something like Trustpilot. But we felt we really wanted to know what our money was doing, whether or not it was on the good side and investing in renewables and all this cool stuff that is happening, or if it was going to things that we think are, or a lot of people think are, detrimental. And there's this big movement called environmental social governance. And it's not that big. I mean, it's quite a small percentage of funds under management, but there's a lot of activity in it. And really, that's all very industry focused. As consumers or people buying these products, we don't tend to hear that much about it. And that's because IFAs and fund managers, they tend, in the main, this is very general, to not want to talk about it that much, because it gives them a lot more to think about if on top of risk and return, they're also having to tell people about the level of responsibility of a product. So anyway, we wanted to make it easier for people to show that they do care about these things, because we think that most of us, given the choice, would prefer an investment if the returns were exactly the same, that went into good things rather than bad things. And the same goes for an insurance premium. So if your home insurance was going to be the same price with all the same features, would you choose to get it from a provider that you know is putting some of its profits or investments into good things rather than bad things? Well, I think it's a bit of a no-brainer. So, and there is research to support this, by the way. Triodos did some research and it found that 66% of people would like their money to go into more responsible options given the choice. We're not just making it up. So what we would like to do is make this a really, really important thing and get the word out. And we've got two providers who have Good Egg kitemarks already. That's Abundance Investment and EQ Investors. Abundance offers innovative finance ISAs, which generally go into renewable energy projects. And EQ Investors is a bit different to normal investment platforms because it offers and actively promotes positive impact portfolios, which is quite unusual for an investment platform to go to that much trouble to promote something like that. So we think they're very deserving. We're really happy to have them on board. Other companies are interested in applying for the kitemark. And what we would like is for people to get behind it a bit as well and ask providers, if they don't have a kitemark, why not? Let's get them interested in applying and show that there is demand for responsible personal finance, responsible in the general sense, not just customer service, not just on price, although they are important, but how do they invest your money? Is it going into things that are going to save the planet? Is it going into things that are going to help society? And if they can't answer those questions, we need to ask them why not. So look for a good egg. As I said, there are only 2 providers that have it at the moment, but hopefully in a year's time, when we do another video, that figure will have gone up and we'll be able to really see where we can put our money and feel better about what it's doing in the world and feel better about ourselves in the process. So look for a good egg, and thanks for listening. Bye.